You know, the whole conversation of like, people don't want to talk about depression because they don't know how to respond to it, you know? Like, I know that
Yeah.
I kind of make people uncomfortable when I'm like, oh, it's been dark for the last almost 30 days straight.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to be inside my head. And they're just like,
Uh,
so it's hot outside. Yeah, you're right. It is very hot. Like, change the fucking subject. I understand I make you uncomfortable, but also, like, if you're asking me how I'm feeling,
Terrible.
I have a negative amount of fucks to give about whether or not I make you uncomfortable, and my brain is not okay. Like, so when I sit here and talk about like my laundry and stuff, and in my head I'm like, oh, I know I need to do that stuff. I'm like, yeah, or not, or I could lay in bed
No.
and not be awake.
Yes.
Cool.
This is the time where you need to give yourself permission to not feel bad when you literally just put one foot in front of the other until you can get through it. Literally.
If we weren't recording, I wouldn't have brushed my teeth
Oh,
or
yeah.
put makeup on.
No, I definitely don't blame you.
There's no motivation for
Mhm.
self-care. There's no like, I can't. So, shall we do the intro before you begin to hurt my feelings with today's episode?
Oh no, I'm going to make you hurt your own feelings first of all. Welcome back, everybody.
Good rude.
I'm Erika.
I'm Sarah. We are the Living Understaffed podcast, the chaos we can't clock out of, which is also today's topic, is the chaos we can't clock out of.
Or the depression we can't clock out of. Whichever.
How's your week been? Have you been understaffed?
Yes. We had Thursday off. And it just threw a wrench in a lot of things, and I handled travel, and there were a lot of people that are like, oh, we have to travel on Monday, and I'm like, yeah, nobody is here to approve it, and they're like, what? I'm like, yeah,
Holiday, you dumb bitches.
yeah, and I'm like, ooh, you said to do it the week before. I was like, yes, you're right, technically I did say that, but the week before generally means not the Friday before travel on Monday. But whatever. And my boss is going to be gone on Monday, and he asked me to we have like an admin meeting every Monday, so I am running that meeting, and I hate it because on the one hand, it's like, I know that he would not ask me to do it if he didn't trust me or he didn't think I was competent to like make sure that like I get all the information. And it's not hard. It's not like, but, and I have my hand in a lot of things. So like I have the context for a lot of the administrative stuff, and I can, I'm really good at putting things together and like sending him like ARs. I'm very good at like, paragraphs, this is what this person said. Like I'm good at that stuff. So I think that's why, but also I still kind of feel like it's one of those things where I feel like imposter syndrome, because there are a lot of people that I feel like should be running it that aren't, and who are a little butthurt that they're not. And I'm like, ooh. And I need to just like not care about them.
But also, it goes to show their personalities and their initiative and their work ethic that they are not running the meeting.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That shows their personality, and the fact that they are butthurt shows even more their you know what I mean? Like, everyone is in control of their own reaction to things in life, and if that's their reaction, then that's a red flag.
Yeah. And I think most people I don't think are. I think it's mostly the IT guy that doesn't think he should have to tell me anything, which I think is for sure going to happen because he stopped going to the meetings for a while and then he came back. So I assume somebody told him that he needed to start showing up to the sync meetings that we all need to be a part of.
Which is hilarious considering the work history with him.
Yes. So
am I surprised by that? No.
I'm not. But also, like, aside from him, and he's only one, we have 2 IMOs, and the other one is the sweetest, most grandpa-iest man in the entire world, and I generally deal with him for the most part. So I have a really good, like, group of people, which is really nice, and, like, because we still don't have a civilian in supply, like, I started taking over some of the stuff for supply, so, like, billing official. Like, I'm like, I do not want to be a GPC holder. And she's like, will you be a billing official? And I was like, what's that? And she explained it. And I was like, bet, I can do that. So just...
Isn't this also the grandpa guy that you walk right past the IT guy and you go to the other guy's
Yep.
desk?
Yeah.
Is this the same?
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
And I love it for him because he deserves it.
He truly does. And it's not like he's less competent. Like, they are both equally as good at their job.
Hold up. He is less competent. Like...
No, I mean, Mr. Watson is not less competent. Like, I'm not going to him instead of somebody who's better at their job out of spite. Like, genuinely, he is good at his job. And he's a lot more professional. I don't know when I got to this point in my life where when people send an email out that's, like, really unprofessional, not, like, petty but just, like, clearly they didn't put a lot of thought into how they phrased something, I'm like, that's really unprofessional. You should learn how to, like, business right, please. I don't know how I got this way, but here I am.
We need to make that an episode because it would be both funny and tragic and infuriating, actually.
Yeah.
But funny is the main goal.
Yeah. Well, and also, I'm being slightly hypocritical because the amount of times I have typed in an email, like, to like people that I know, obviously, but, like, please hesitate to contact me with any questions.
100%.
Not professional, but I also don't blast shit like that out to, like, the whole office.
It's the same. It's the tale as old as time, where someone sends out an email and there's 15 people that hit reply all and say, please remove me from this chain. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, first of all. And then, then there's the people who go into, well, this isn't very cybersecurity safe and this isn't very blah, 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 blah. Then stop fucking replying.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God. The way that people frustrate me is next level.
Uh-huh. Well, I told you when I came back to, like, Big Army, and I got my original Army email address back. I was still on the Fort Leonard Wood G3 distro, and nobody would take. And she would not take me off. No one would take me off. I could not, like, so I just hit reply all until and, like, the amount of people that were like, please stop replying all. And I replied all back to him and was like, as soon as somebody takes me off this distro list, I would be happy to. And then all of a sudden I got taken off because I was emailing 300 people.
Good.
I was like
Like,
I tried for like a week. I was
God.
like, look,
Okay, I am gonna cut this together because I have to talk to Erika about one more thing. So, guys, take a second to listen to this next indie author promo. This is from the Kansas City Book Beat Tour. Who are we? We're not that cool yet. But this is from the Kansas City Lit and Libation show. This is one of the indie authors that we are promoting. So give it a listen.
Hello, I am Elizabeth Bird. I am the author of The Dreamer's Saga, which is a high fantasy like Lord of the Rings, told in the style of Percy Jackson. It is the first in a trilogy, which will be complete by the end of April of 2026. So if you like high fantasy, adventure, sass, sarcasm, and Star Wars references, this is for you. If you are interested in finding me, I'm going to be at the Topeka Renaissance Festival in the middle of June, and then I will be at KC Nerd Fest at the end of July. So I look forward to seeing all of you and meeting all my new friends.
you know this about me, but there's a certain level of like self-awareness. Like I know that my brain works like it's either now or not now. I don't have like that is how my brain works.
Yep.
But it's not everyone else's problem that my brain works like that. So it's nice to have people that are compassionate and like you understand how my brain works and you are like not a dick to me about it. But the other half of our partnership is I need to actively work on it and put systems in place so that it doesn't happen as much. It's not just like, oh, Sarah knows how my brain works, so I don't have to work on anything or try to change how I interact with the world around me. I think that is the issue. Because, like, yeah, we both have ADHD and we're high functioning and very, very not high functioning at the same time. But the reason it's not everyone else's problem. Like, if we want to be successful, we genuinely need to put unfortunately, a lot more effort than everyone else that does into like putting systems in place to be more organized and efficient and keep our like mental health intact ish and all of that stuff. We can't just raw dog life. We just can't.
Right back in. Also, in the last week, like work has been really busy. Throw in all of the volunteering and stuff that I've been doing with Juneteenth and the NAACP. But then one of my best friends in the entire world, my Joe, my Metal and Munchies monthly meeting, he has now left the Army and moved back to the East Coast. And I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, such a good human. And don't cry, Sarah. I sat in his apartment for like 15 minutes because we pretty much our last Metal and Munchies, we listened to like two songs, not even on the Bluetooth speaker, not even loud like we normally do. We ate food and then we both word vomited for like 2 hours. And then I was like, I like went to hug him to say goodbye. And I was like, we didn't even listen to any music. So the next like obstacle that we have there is how are we going to do Metal and Munchies remotely? Like how are we going to do this? It still has to happen. I still want my friend in my life, but like he's starting his master's program and he's already got a couple of jobs lined up and he's I don't know if he would consider himself a power lifter. I don't know if that's the correct term, but he's in a bunch of competitions for really, really, really heavy weights, like heavy lifting. And he qualified for nationals. Like there's all these things that are really great. So I'm like, are you even going to have time for Metal and Munchies? Like, ugh. So emotionally, I'm also fucked in the last week. Like, so one thing that Joe and I talked about, and I try to be more cognizant of my own feelings, my own emotions. He specifically said that you can't always be the people pleaser. It's not possible. And if you're not feeling okay, you have to be able to tell people that, even if it makes them uncomfortable. And I agree. I agree. And sometimes it's like, for me, it's almost like self-preservation. It's easier for me to tell someone, oh, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Because if they start asking questions, then it's even more draining for me to either fight back, like, no, I'm fine, or to actually explain it. It's even more draining. And I'm like, can we just not? Can I just be okay already so that I don't have to have this roller coaster thought process in my mind? That would be super. So, guys, like, we talk about mental health a lot on this show, and it's okay to not be okay.
It's okay to, I don't think it's that, or maybe this is how you mean it, but the way I try to think about it is that it's not your problem if people are uncomfortable by the fact that you're not okay. I mean, and that's not to say, like, you know, don't take it out on people, obviously. But it's not your job to make sure that they're not uncomfortable because you're not doing well. Like,
right. But it's also, just like I said, it's also self-preservation, because the more, like I was talking to my chief about it. She asked me how things are going, and I straight up, like, sarcasm and disdain was like, it's not going. It's not.
it's not.
And I have this truly sarcastic look in my face and kind of like manic facial expression, and she is a kind, caring person. But when it's not just her, when anybody on the other side of that conversation looks at me with sympathetic eyes and the whole, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, let's talk about it and hash it out, I can't.
Nope.
It like makes me legitimately angry, where I'm like, just get out of my face. And even then, there were times last week that I was internally screaming for someone to just fire me. Even though I don't want to be fired, I don't want that. But there were times that I would make some truly heinous comments to people out of sarcasm, but also out of, like, my brain doesn't have a filter right now and it needs to.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, if I keep saying shit like that, I am going to get fired. Like, there's yikes. So for me anyway, it is also some like self-preservation tactics, because yes, I'm not okay, but I don't want to sit here and explain that to someone, whether or not that makes them uncomfortable. I don't have the energy to sit here and be like, my mom died. I'm dealing with the relationship that I never had, grief. I'm dealing with somehow trying to have a relationship with my stepdad that I've never had. I said, God damn it. I said Happy Father's Day to him for the first time in, like, almost 20 years. And that is weird for me. And then, like, I know, damn it. I know that, like, my siblings, there's a couple siblings that are going through a lot right now, and I don't want to call them and be like, I need someone, because they're also going through a lot. And then I don't want to call someone and need someone, because I don't want to need anyone. I want to just figure it out and be okay. And, like, it's not how it works, people. So, Erika, I need you to start talking so I can stop crying.
Okay. First of all, I love you so much. I also, obviously, I will always be here for you. We're on the same phone plan now, so we're literally stuck with each other forever. Because now that I have an iPhone, I'm not fucking switching back all over again. Absolutely not.
Can we, side tangent, can we also say that Erika has finally fucking joined the Apple family?
I didn't say anything to my friend Abby until, like, right before I switched, and I almost didn't. I just, when I got my phone set up and everything, I just texted her. I was like, hey, and she immediately FaceTimed me, and she was like, so excited. Which was funny.
Oh God. You guys should have heard when Erika and I were talking about, I think I brought it up initially as a topic, and when we talked on the phone again like a week later or something, because I went to AT&T and was like, how does this work? We're in 2 different states. Like, how are we going to do this? And so I called her and I was like, so what kind of phone do you want? And she's like, I've really been thinking about getting an iPhone. And my whole body was like, oh, and we've talked about it before, like with dating. If I give my number out and someone texts me and it's green bubbles, I'm like, ugh.
It does kind of give like Zune vibes.
It does, yes. And you guys, I really don't give a shit, but it's just like, I noticed that I started having sort of that impression of people, and I'm like, you know what, Sarah, I think you need to calm your tits because it's just a fucking phone. But I tell you what, the day that Erika was like, I'm thinking about getting an iPhone, I was like, yes! Finally! God.
Oh.
Anyway. Welcome to Erika and I have started our own family. We're now on the same phone plan. But B, welcome to the Apple family, because yeah. Oh my God.
There was a period of time where that was all I wanted. But
yep.
Because it comes and goes in waves, right? Like, this isn't necessarily how I'm going to feel forever. But right now,
it's
like,
called ovulating, Erika.
Yo, sometimes.
The fucking struggle. Oh.
Here's the thing. PSA really for every man that listens to this podcast. If you take one thing away, please just wear shirts that are tight around your biceps. Please. That's
yes.
If you are wondering what to wear to a date, just that. If your biceps are big enough and your shirt is tight enough around them, she's not going to give a shit what you're wearing.
Correct.
I mean,
correct.
If we're being honest.
Honestly.
Literally. Seeing
it's
biceps
really funny that you say
is
that
one of
because
the best things about being a woman is just being able to see biceps willy-nilly. Like, it's the best.
When Erika explained to me that she was still spending time with Voldemort, the very first thing she said was, "Have you seen his biceps?" And I'm like, "No, because you've never sent me a picture of this man." Like, why?
To be fair, he has really big biceps.
Don't let that, you know what? I'm going to leave this in the episode just to boost his ego a little bit, but don't let this go to your head. Okay? Like, just unreal.
I'll have to send you a picture of his biceps and you'll understand.
Oh, it's not that I wouldn't be appreciative. It's not. I just think it's funny that was like the first thing you ever said to me about him, and I was like, all right. Okay.
I mean,
yes. We have also circled around this for quite a bit. Guys, when we come back from this next indie author promo, we are actually going to spend like 10 or 15 minutes talking about today's actual topic. Because we're the worst. We are our own worst enemy when it comes to yapping. But yeah, so give this next indie author a listen, and we'll be right back.
My name is Evil's Angel. I'm a dark fantasy author. I write the Price of Blood series where might makes right, and there's spice, violence, and all kinds of goodies for everybody. This is some of my character art. This is a scene out of book 4. It's the throne room scene. So you get to see our main 2 characters, Lashiel and Zareth.
Okay.
And then here, a couple little teasers of some characters in the series.
Oh my god, it's so
Those
cute.
are some monster kitties, and they play a really interesting role in this series. This series, you follow multiple characters, but our main two is Zareth and Lashiel. You start off with Lashiel in the first scene, so you get to really follow her story through. And she is a demon princess who has been abused all her life by her father and brothers.
Wow.
And she's been sold off to another kingdom to someone who is more brutally known than even her parents. She's in for a real culture shock and a change of her position. And she's definitely terrified to be given to somebody who is known for his brutality. Nice little story of getting to see a character start at the bottom. And whether they grow or they regress totally depends on how it goes. So you can find me on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Amazon under Evil's Angel 5000.
Okay.
I also have a website, evilsangel5000.com.
Okay.
And from there you can see some of the event stuff that I do, story informations, and you can buy paperback books that are signed and I mail them out. And then anytime you ever want to message me, feel free. I love to talk, and I can share exclusive character art that's not released yet.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have a lot going on, guys. We have a lot going on. And that
Yeah.
being said, Erika, today's topic is what? Because it's taken us 45 minutes to get there.
Depression journal prompts to get unstuck. Now, I was going to do a couple of these. I'm going to do one since we've already been on the recording for so long. And Sarah, you're going to really hate me for this, but I think you need it. List 3 things that you love about yourself. List 1 thing that you love about yourself.
I like helping people.
You're really good at helping people.
I'm shaking.
I know. Can I list all the things that I wrote down because I love you so much?
I'm already crying.
I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. I shouldn't be laughing at you. You are so like have it together. Like not in like a emotional way, but like in a like competency way. Like I know
Not in an emotional way, obviously.
Neither of us do. I just like you are one of the few people in my life where like I know that if you say you're going to do something, you're going to fucking do it. Like I know if I can't do something, like you will be there and like pick up the slack and be like, I got you, girl. Like it's fine. You're also really fucking funny. And you're really nice. Like you're a very kind person and you think about other people. Like I have so many people in my life where like I constantly have to be like on or like make sure that they're doing okay. Like I can't depend on them and I know I can depend on you. And that's not something that I have a lot in my life. So I love you. Truly. You're also really pretty. Like super duper pretty.
As I sit here with makeup like going down my face. God.
It's fine. And like that ass though. Like let's be real. And you're the best boyfriend. Truly. Sarah came to visit me. She cleaned out my car. She made me go to Jiffy Lube so they would put air in my tires. She cooked for me. She made me delicious drinks. So many things. We had a fancy dinner at Chris's. We did so many things. We got matching tattoos. And then during Lit and Libations, she packed a fucking cooler for us. She made me protein coffee in the morning. She arranged all the travel, which was such a luxury for me. I can't even tell you. She drove me around like the passenger princess I am. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing. If anyone's looking for a boyfriend, Sarah's it. Anyway, that's it. I wanted to ambush you with compliments. Otherwise, you would be like, ugh.
Oh, God.
Also, please don't do that to me.
Yeah.
That sounds awful. I don't want any compliments from you. I'm already uncomfortable.
Listen, the payback for this right now is that it's going to come back to you unexpectedly. You're fucking welcome in advance. Like,
I'm going to give you a compliment. That's a threat.
Yes. I have been watching this lady's videos for a while now, and I'm going to have to remember her name eventually. But there was a reel just this morning about people giving other people compliments. And it was specific to, okay, I'm not gonna repeat this verbatim. Obviously, I can't remember her name, but she was on a podcast interview, and she was talking about how complimenting someone else in our culture makes them uncomfortable. It is a psychological response to someone getting a compliment, not just for someone who is a hard worker or who has an A-type personality or whatever, but compliments in general make people uncomfortable. And so she says, if you're going to compliment someone, don't compliment the tallest person in the room for being tall. Don't compliment the hardest worker in the room for being a hard worker. They already do those things. So she said, in order to make someone a little more comfortable with accepting a compliment is if it is a shared trait. So that whole we both if I compliment you on being a hard worker, I also know that I'm a hard worker. And that's something that we share. That's something that we bond over. We have the podcast. We have a really great podcast. Hello. And that's something that we both work really hard on. And so she said that's what she said is like her main piece of advice was, if you're going to compliment someone, try to make it so that it's relatable also to yourself. So that you can also be like, hey, I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. I also do these things, but I want you to know that I appreciate this about you. So.
Done.
Yeah.
Be careful, Sarah. Yeah. Compliments are coming at you. Again, that's a threat.
Girl. You're telling me about it in advance. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to do it. You're threatening me. I'm promising you, boo-boo. Oh, God. Okay.
You're welcome. I'm going to wrap it up because we've been doing this for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know what? Shit happens. I was about to say I was close to canceling. I wasn't, because that's not the type of person that I was, but I really really wanted to. I was like, I don't want to do this.
So did I. The amount of time that I spent rotting in my bed this morning, I was like, we could just not record. And the thing is the whole, I had plans for today. I was going to work on podcast stuff this morning because I've been awake since 7. So I was like, I'm going to knock out the next couple of author promos and get them sent via email. That way that piece of this week's work can be done. And I instead laid in bed. So then I was like, you know what? I wonder if I just ask Erika to reschedule to tomorrow night and I will spend the rest of the day editing. Mm-hmm. But would I have? I don't think that I would have. Intentionally, I would have wanted to, but I would have laid in my fucking bed and rotted, and I would have made myself feel like shit for the next 12 hours while I laid in bed, not sleeping and just actively rotting. And then tomorrow and Tuesday would have been a fucking rush and a mental health break, basically, for us to record and for me to get Wednesday's episode out and do all of the things. So I'm glad that I didn't cancel, because I knew it was going to be worse if I did.
Yeah, me too. That's why I ended up doing it. But anyway, that's it for us, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We love you so much. Remember, we have Forever Storage, our OG sponsor. Everyday Dose, which is delicious, and I got the matcha one this time, and it's so good. I drink it all the time. And Primal Queen, I have order number 3 is coming. I really like it. It's way better than I thought it was. Like I thought it would be. Blah blah blah. I like legitimately. I'm like, oh, okay. We have our book club, Discord, Lit and Libations in not October, in November, put on by Casey Bookbeat. We will be there again. Very, very exciting. Leave reviews.
Sorry, I'm butting in. We are also going to a women's writing retreat in December in Missouri. And I'm very excited for this because last year, 2 years ago, when I went on this retreat, I did a podcast episode with my old podcast, and it was with all of the authors that were there. They're all independent authors. They're all women. They are all fierce. And we are all from vastly different backgrounds and current lives and families and husbands and wives and kiddos and not kiddos and all of the things. And we all have our own separate journey. And this is one of the most amazing group of women that I've ever spent my time with. And I am very, very grateful. So, Erika and I will be joining them as a podcast in December. She and I are going to go through our business plan. Erika is, we're actually going to sit down and she's going to do some editing on some episodes. Because I have all the software on my computer and I love doing that type of shit, and it's fun, so Erika hasn't really had to worry about it too much, but we're not really switching roles, but she's gonna learn how to do some of it on her computer, and we're also praying to Saint Olga and whatever other god that people believe in, but we're both gonna have new computers by December. It's happening. So anyway, we're also going to be putting together a special episode for the retreat that we're doing in December. So I'm getting really excited about that.
For realsies. We love you. And without you, we would be potting everywhere.